Hello and welcome back to Brood War Part 7. In this episode, Kerrigan and the Reaver. Will they be able to make it through the big city unscathed? Probably not. Have a Kerrigan to stab at.
She's the undisputed champion of the one-on-one fight. Featherweight champion of the world. Infested to the bone. Every Starcraft player's secret waifu.
Actually, when it comes to waifus for Starcraft, I prefer Rashagal over Kerrigan. Mostly because very little that we know about Rashagal before the spoilers happened, is that she's pretty much the epitome of what the Protoss society is all about, despite being a Dark Templar.
I can see, a little stability in one's own roots is healthy. Makes for, smooth talk. Versus Kerrigan, whose alliances are dubious. She has her soul ripped in half and replaced by an overmind. And she's also really violent.
Come to think of it, there aren't all that many female characters in the StarCraft universe for us to get attached to.
Oh boy! Speaking of attachment, Kerrigan's going down to yellow health, and she's still going into combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude, she just 4-shot siege tanks.
Yeah. Again, Terran having a lack of shielding and not the best armor makes it so that Kerrigan is a great asset for this mission. The big issue that this mission actually has is the fact that it takes us a while to set up our specific wing con, since we have to take down this particular base before we do much of anything. Whee!
Splat.
But once we actually do take down this particular outpost on the far right, then we should be able to set up what we want to do very nice and simply.
Hey, stop that! Stop that! See, I got my shield back. You can't push me around like that anymore. Stop that.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm actually using Reaver's Cloud help.
Why must you waste my time? Ghost!
The green blob is expanding.
Only slightly.
Yes.
Alright, we built 4 DTs to actually expand this attack force, because I think that we can actually take this out with just our 2 Reavers, 4 DTs, and Kerrigan. Actually, we likely could take out this base in its entirety if I just waited for Kerrigan to heal up, but I am an impatient fuck, so we're sending in some DTs to help.
Well, I mean, let's talk about impatience. How long is it going to take for her to get all of her shield back?
All of her health? She heals, I think
right, health.
I think she gets 1 HP a second, so at approximately 2, it would be 3.5 minutes from now.
Ouch. Very ouch. Let's build.
Nah, she gets less than 1 health per second. Ow.
So that means it would take... So she's still 5 minutes out from getting all of her health back.
Yeah.
Damn it. And I just sent it to reset the clock.
Yes. 5 points from Hufflepuff.
Slash.
I love it when scarabs actually detonate on multiple targets, though. That is so nice. And one of the best parts about scarabs is that scarabs do not hurt your own units. I am so glad about that. Because siege cannon shots do hurt your own units. It's nuts.
Well, of course, it's a cannon.
Well,
You
scarabs
think
are
they just
explosives.
laid off Agent Orange in the woods and nobody felt the burn?
Yes.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
All right.
That literally looks like a clamshell that has an eyeball in there.
Under attack.
Well, technically, what's going on there is that we're seeing the front side of the Reaver.
And they're ugly. That's why he zoomed out so you can see it.
I think that they just revealed that they've got either a science vessel or a missile turret over there. That's why they can see our. That's why they can see our DTs.
Bastards. Let me just say also that I find it cool that Kerrigan has a very similar fighting style to the Dark Templars, even though she is a Zerg unit.
I'm not entirely sure if that actually is intentional, but it's technically spoiler heavy for the end of Starcraft 2.
Well then.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
The warriors have engaged the enemy. The warriors.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, so while the Forge Swords Adventure links go return to the base, we still got some red zips we gotta pop just on the southwest of the green blob where
We will not be actually advancing on that base, Cloud. I know you want us to, but we're not gonna finish them off. We are gonna ignore them. But we don't need to do anything to them, honestly. They're just gonna send us. They're just gonna end up sending small infantry and siege tank units at us over and over again.
And all you have to do is just complete the quick time event by
all we have to do is have our
accordingly.
dragoons and Reaver that are there repel them repeatedly, and we don't have to worry about it.
Nice. Alright, because our objective is to get to either get or deliver or do something that involves the Uraj crystal.
Yes, we need to get
Which
Kerrigan
help,
to the
of course.
Uraj crystal. Once we do that, the mission is over.
Right. So this is the part where we start dive bombing on that location.
It's gonna be a little bit longer before we actually get that off our end. We need more Vespane in order to build some DTs to make sure that this raid actually works.
You see, the problem here is that there is so much defense strewn out along the map, not to mention that the first thing you do in this mission is take out a Terran base. You probably don't want to go in unprepared. You want to develop
Right.
the defense, take it slow, get your minerals, build insurance, and make investments to diversify your stock portfolio.
Okay, so she can't quite one-shot fire bats.
Well, she one-shotted that guy.
Yeah, she can one-shot Marines, but not fire bats.
Ah! It's like when you blow off the big costume and there's a tiny man inside.
No, I think it's because fire bats have 50 HP and 1 armor, so she ends up knocking them down to exactly 1 HP.
Anyway, maybe I should do zealots. Hmm?
No, we're not going to end up doing zealots. Although zealots would actually make this slightly faster, because I can pair 3 zealots and Kerrigan into a single. Well, no, well, the whole reason why zealots would be faster is because they're earlier on in the tech tree.
Right. Yeah, but that is a dominant strategy, though, is just concentrating on units that are easier to access. Not unlike
Right.
Magic the Gathering, where weenie decks are a threat in pretty much every format.
Efficient weenie decks. I mean, you can't just load up a deck with a bunch of 1-drops, sadly. I mean,
right, because you deplete your hand and you got 7 1/1s on the battlefield.
right.
Dead ends or places. But like we were saying, like, so competitive maps also would exclude maps like this, where there are a lot of dead ends and red herrings that would basically just
this
screw
would not.
with you and
This
waste
would not
the time
be a
of
competitive
anybody
map.
who hasn't memorized the map. Oh yeah. Oh no. Except that it looks like Hoth. I like the Hoth look. I think a lot of people would dig it. But you gotta just let players play. If players are getting stopped in the process of putting in the controls and doing the best they can, there is an issue.
Alright, rebuild the photon cannon.
What's the point of setting up a cannon on the ramp if my fucking enemy can't even reach it?
Actually, that is the point, because since the majority of enemies have problems going up ramps, the cannon actually gets attack bonuses when it's shooting down the ramp. It's very nice.
Oh, right.
And it gets defense
we're
bonuses
just
for
gonna-
being up the ramp.
Right, so in the name of maximum output, the correct move is to put it on a higher plane, such as also in order to provide a physical obstruction for enemies who are trying to breach the ramp.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna sit here with my PB&J sandwich and watch the cannons go off in the distance, making pretty colors, and, well, it's dang quiet over here. Much.
Alright. And now... Oh, that's right. Kerrigan is actually technically qualifies as a one-space unit. Unfortunately, Protoss have no one-space unit, so I can't, put another unit in with this load.
Uh-oh, anti-air. No, she's the, right, because she started, she had, been promoted from a basic unit to a fucking boss. The only thing you can't do is spawn more of her. And she's
Unfortunately,
usually
we lost our
listening.
shuttle there, but everyone got off the plane. Everyone got off the shuttle just fine. So from here, all I got to do is bring another shuttle down by taking out all of the missile turrets here, and then I can go finish.
Now, I think I could see the genius behind the madness of spending time setting up another base. Apparently, hugging the wall in this map is going to help you avoid a lot of the hazards that I'm sure are located more center.
The red Terran Dominion is pretty much stretched all across from the northeast corner to the southwest corner, and I don't want to fight through all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a small amount of damage to them here to make it so that they have less units that they can send out at me, as well as taking out the missile turrets, so that when I actually do the final raid, I'll be able to just go on and pick up the crystal.
On my way. On my way.
All right, shuttles here.
Oh.
Let's go.
We are under attack.
Yeah, but we got 3 photon cannons up there. It's fine.
What is it?
No, we are not. We are not under attack, shut down. It's not true. There's no damage.
All right, and drop Kerrigan off.
Yeah, the crystals. Of course. It's even purple colored.
And got it.
Crystals here, boys. Send in a probe to gather it.
Yeah, send in a probe through the Legion of Terran Dominion folks. That'll totally work.
Well, I mean, if you guys could do that this whole time, why the fuck didn't you just do it?
Given our history, I can't say I blame you. Let's just get the job done.
And we got the job done. Yay! And in the next episode, more story and segments and such.